So mine is very, very specifically. I cut everything else off. I cut all the meat off. We're just showing the bones of the problem. That way, whenever you guys do the problem, you know what to look for. Because in every LIFO FIFO problem, the important thing is, all right, you know how much you purchased, you know at what amount, you know how much you sold at what amount. And you're able to fill out the chart based on all that information. It, like I said, very, very cut. Purchase means I bought, sold means I sold.
So you got revenue, right?
Yep, you got revenue. Anyone has any questions, let me know.
So is the inventory balance that first line?
So the inventory you purchase is going to be,
10 at 7?
yeah, 10 at 7, so that's how much you purchase. Then when you're dealing with a purchase entry, have you sold anything?
No.
Nope, we skip that. And then we just drag that number over here. And until we sell stuff, we just basically keep dragging it down. Each day is a new day, and imagine this as like if you're working in a retail store and they hand you a sheet of paper saying, all right, here's the ending inventory for the day. That's, each one of these is a sheet of paper separately. It's not all the same sheet. They're all gonna be different, meaning we always have to drag that inventory down that we haven't used.
Okay. Alright.
I don't know about the sales, like. Do I just like multiply like the units and how much it was sold?
Yeah,
Fine.
basically how much you sold that.
And then multiply, so like 11 times 20 and 14 times 20, and you add those up to get your sales?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know if it was like that.
How do you find cost of goods sold?
So this all here, everything you sold, basically the journal entry you would record that selling would be that cost of goods sold with inventory. So basically all of the values you come up with here at the very end, add them all together, that's your cost of goods sold.
So is it 500?
We're gonna find out. I added up. This is a pre-made problem, so I'm gonna figure out the answer. This is at least better than bank reconciliations. If you ever try to make a question on the fly for a bank reconciliation, there's always gonna be issues. This is great because there's never issues with this one. There's only one answer. So if you guys are ready, I'll start working through this.
Okay.
Right.
So. January 2nd, we know for a fact that we purchased 10 units, $7, making that inventory set, 10 times 7 equals 70. So then we'll put it down over here, 10, 7 equals 70. Like I asked before, we won't be dealing with any sold. You can leave it blank, but honestly, just because it makes, there's always going to be one blank. If it helps keep things organized, feel free to just put like an NA or just basically nothing there. So. January 4th. How many units for what price?
8 units for $9.
Which will equal 72. Now, what are we gonna do with that ending inventory from before? We gonna leave it there?
Bring it down.
Bring it down. And you always wanna make sure that you put them in order, because one, it helps with mistakes. There's not really, I don't believe there's going to be any repercussions if you mix them up, but in all honesty, it just makes things so much easier. You make it hard on yourself if you mix them up. So we did not do any purchases, so we put NA for purchase, but we sold 11 units. What's the price of those 11 units?
They're doing FIFO. We're taking the 10 units from before, bringing it down. And we're taking 1 unit from the 8 units, and that's $9.
Perfect. So, one good way to do it too, just to kind of keep track, adding them up at the end. I've had some students that would actually, whenever they were working on the paper, this would be the beginning setup. Where they'd be like, all right, we have our 7, we have our 9. It all has to equal 11. And then they'd start working on it. So what's our ending inventory looking like?
7 times 9.
7 times 9?
7, yeah.
Oh, so we took all 10 units of our 7. So now this is basically rather crossed off, or you put here 0 times 7 equals 70. Because nope, wait, not the 70. 0 times 7 equals 0, because we no longer have any units for $7. We sold them all. We took them out of our closet, I'd like to say. Now, on the other hand, how many units of our number 9s do we have?
7.
7, we took 1 out. That's 63. Any questions?
I just crossed it out and put the 0 times 7.
That's why I was like, you rather cross it, put 0, it's whatever works. I like to just put multiple ways. So. This is usually like the tip of the iceberg. So if you guys get this so far, you guys are doing great. So now we purchased 13 units at $11. So that's 143. We have sold nothing. And we're just gonna keep continuity by bringing that 0 down. You don't have to, but just for fun, I am. We have purchased nothing, but we sold 14 units. Where are we pulling these units from?
The units from our ending from last day or 8.
Yep, so how many units exactly are we pulling for 7? Do we have any units to pull for 7?
No.
7, we have nothing for. How about 9? How many units are we pulling for 9?
All of it. 7.
7. How about for 13? I mean, not for 13, about 11.
7.
Then we come over here, we have no more 7s, we have no more 9s, and we have 6 11s. That's a fill up the chart. Now we're going up to the nitty gritty. How much sales did we make?
2 or 500.
500. You could rather do 11 times 20 and 14 times 20 equals 20, 80. Or you could add these together, have 25 times 20 equals the same thing. So that's our sales. We have 500 in sales. Cost of goods sold. What's our answer?
219.
219. Yeah, 219. And what's going to be our gross profit?
281.
281. And what's our ending inventory value?
66.
Perfect. And one last fun thing. This isn't something to know on the test, but it's some kind of double check method that I like to use. Which is basically, all right, how much in total did we buy? How much in total did we buy?
Like in units?
Yep.
330.
Oh wait, not in units, in value. Sorry. It's been a day. So we purchased. How much in value?
So you do 70 and
Not 287, but 285.
yeah.
So. What's our ending inventory? 66. Take 285 minus 66. Where do you see this number?
Cost of goods sold.
Yep, you don't want a good double check. That's how you figure out. And that's how we go through the chart. Any questions?
Uh, so when you do like the sold part in the middle,
Mhm.
how does FIFO work with that? Like when you get in the 7 and the 9, I don't understand that part.
So this is why we kind of organize them the way we are, where we put, okay, the first ones we buy, we always put at the top. Well, the last ones we buy, we always put in the bottom instead of mixing them together. Because we're pulling from these tops. So imagine you're in a closet. We have this closet. And all of the old stuff is in the back. But we want that old stuff. So you specifically know that when we're going to go get this guy, his goods. We're going to go all the way to the back. Pull out the goods that we first bought, because they're the oldest ones there. So we physically go in the back, pull out those, hand the guy his goods, say goodbye. And that's how we know exactly where we're going, because it's a first in, first out. Since we bought those items first, those are the first to go.
So is it 70 per item?
No,
Or
no,
7?
it's 7 per unit. So every unit that we purchased, if I had. So this is all the product I want. I want 10 units, each one costing $7. When I add them all together, that's how I get my 70. And that's why that's why we also keep like we keep the whole equation throughout the whole thing. We don't just toss a value at the end saying, all right, ending inventory is just 70 or it's just 72 and all that. We want to make sure we keep the specifics because we need to know how many units, specifically what's the price of those units and what's the ending value of those units. That's why we have to go through like the whole fun lengthening everything. Does that help make sense?
Yeah, a little bit. I get the 70. I just don't understand when you sell an item, like why you have to bring that 70 down, if that makes sense.
Because we have 2 different products that we want to sell. They're the same product, but we got them for 2 different values and we need to make sure we keep up with the values. Otherwise our balance sheet just goes incredibly out of whack. So if we'll say these are all Frisbees. Now, when I purchased those 8 Frisbees for $9, this is basically, we're setting up our closet. This is the 10 times 7, 8 times 9. This is what came first, this is what came second, and we have to make sure we keep those values to the specific items because we need to know, okay, how much did it cost us to sell this? when we're selling, we then have to look, all right, what came first and start slowly marking it off because those are what's going out the door to the customer. We know we sold 11, so we have to run through all 10 units up here before we get over to the units down here. Think of it like, the best way is like milk. Grocery stores, they always put the oldest milk first. Because that's the first one they buy and they don't want it to spoil. So this is all the milk that I'm giving you. And you get the oldest, and then after you buy all the oldest, then we start getting into the newer one.
Okay. That helped a little bit.
What?
Can we do another one?
Yeah, of course, let's do the same problem in LIFO. That way we can see both sides of it. Actually, we're going to keep this up here because I want to show you guys something.
I already know what you can do.
Yeah. Now let's see how well I can erase this stuff. Actually, we'll keep FIFO in red. For fun, we'll make this one blue. All right, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to work through this guy.
So with LIFO, are you dividing when you take that 7?
Nope, with LIFO, you're picking last in, last out. So you're gonna focus on not what you bought first, but what you bought last. So it would again be like. So we once again have these. Make a fun visual of it. We have 10 units, 7, and then we have 8 units for 9. So when we're pulling those 11 units, we have to focus on these guys first. Because we can't touch our 10 units above before we get rid of our 8 units below. So we'll start going, all right, well, I have 8 units here that I have to get rid of. Then I'll start digging into the rest of them. This is also why we organize in this way, because let's say if we had, for example, put 6 at 7, 4 at 9, 5 at 11. We have to focus on this 5. Get rid of this 5. Before we can even touch this 4. We have to get rid of the 4 before we can even touch the 6. So if we're going for the same 11 units, we have 5 here, 4 here, meaning 9. So we have to get rid of 2 here to get 11.
I've lost.
That's okay. So we're basically in that ending inventory is all that you're ever going to pull from, because that's how we know is in the back room, in the warehouse, what we have available for sale. These are all the goods available for sale. So, hello, welcome in. We're working LIFO FIFO.
Okay, got this.
So we organized in this way, we bought these 6 units for $7 Monday. We bought these 4 units for $9 Tuesday. Wednesday today, we bought these 5 units at $11. And then we also sold 11 units. So we're first going to pull from these 5 units.
Push it the bottom.
Yep, because it's last in, first out. We bought these first, we bought these last. We want to focus on getting these out first. Think of a tire shop. When you go to a tire shop, do they prioritize the oldest inventory? They want to get out the oldest inventory?
No.
They just grab the top of the thing. That could be the first thing that came off the truck that day. They don't care. They were just like, all right, well, here's your tire, sir. So this is our tire shop. Whenever you think last in, first out, we're thinking of a tire shop. Here's the first 5 tires that we have to get rid of before we get into the 4 above. Before we can get into the 6 above. Obviously, it'd be kind of flipped in the grand scheme of things, but it's basically like the best example of a tire ring. Where these guys are on top. This is towards the center and these guys are on the bottom. We're pulling these top guys.
That's over.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, that's why this is what we would see in our ending inventory, would be these numbers. Which, the formula will always be units times price equals value. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it helped a little bit. I'm gonna work it out and then watch you do it afterwards.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
For Howard, actually.
Yeah.
What is this one?
Better matches current costs with revenues. All right, so what are our current costs? Is that specifically what we bought the inventory for?
Yeah.
So if we're matching our current costs with our revenues, what deals with selling items at their current cost and not their older costs?
FIFOR?
That's first in, first out. You're dealing with
I mean,
current costs would be like, okay. I bought this stack. We're keeping with that same problem. I bought this stack for $5. I bought this stack for $6. I bought this stack for $7. Which one's the current cost?
oh.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Now I know. Now I know.
I keep forgetting that it's a 2-part question, so I usually check my answer. I skipped half the question because I didn't required to.
Yeah, at least you know your required one's good.
Uh-oh, what's a consignor and consignee? I forgot that one.
Cosigner is like the owner,
Mhm.
and then the cosignee is when like, it's like the other company, like give, like the owner gives inventory to like for them to sell,
Have you ever been to like a hairstylist?
I know, I'm good, I don't know.
Oh, you never went to like to get your hair cut?
Oh, okay, fair enough, yeah,
Okay.
That's one.
Yeah, you got, not a hairstylist, but just like a normal person who cuts her hair.
yeah.
So if you went there, you notice they have a whole bunch of products. Those aren't their products. Basically, local beauty places are like, "Hey, sell this for us." And that's on consignment.
Okay, so the consignor is the person who's giving it, and then the consignee is the one who's selling it? Or is it the other way around?
Yeah, the consignee is the person who holds the goods for sale. The consignor is a person who wants to sell those goods at a place. So the fun thing about LIFO, FIFO, no matter what, your purchases will always look the same. 10 units at $7.70. Nothing sold. So our inventory is still gonna be $10 at $7. I mean, 10 units at $7 for 70. We then have 8 units at $9 for 72. Nothing sold. And making sure ending inventory always keeps nice and tidy. So this is where we start getting into the fun part. Nothing is purchased, but we're talking about what was sold before. Again, the best way to kind of set this up as well is knowing, okay, if I'm gonna be selling 11 units, make this little equal bar with 11 at the end. And set up, all right, we have units for $7 and we have units for $9. So, wild guess, what's gonna be our numbers here? How many units are we giving up, giving for $7 and how many are we giving it for $9?
Well, all of the 8 units from the $9, and then. What did I put?
I'm sorry, what's the question again?
3 units of the $7.
3 units of $7.
Oh,
Let's see.
Hello,
Hello, welcome in.
hi, Cassie here. Sorry.
We're just working on a LIFO problem.
Okay,
We're
the
running,
last in, first out.
we're gonna be running through it and then we can work on another if need be. But. So, does this so far make sense though, that we're pulling all the 8 units for $9? And all the 3 units from the $7? Does it make sense?
Not really.
Not really. So. We're gonna look at the visual again. Because now we have the problem starting to be filled out. We're gonna keep the X's there. But just like how the ending inventory here. So every time we're going for sold, we focus on yesterday's ending inventory. We don't focus on today's ending inventory because the day hasn't ended. We're gonna say, all right, we're gonna pull this and make it look like what it would be if you looked at a Frisbee store and we laid all of our Frisbee out. We have to specifically mark which ones were that we bought for $7 and which ones that we bought for $9. The biggest reason why is because of cost of goods sold. You need to know how much we sold. So that we're able to compare it to our revenue, because if we bought a lot of expensive products. Yes,
How do you find this, the revenue?
so
What is it that you add at the end? Are you adding anything?
we'll do the revenue after we get through this.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. I understand you, jumping into this,
Yeah,
but, we'll figure out. The revenue is pretty easy. You just focus on the sold and how much you sold those units for.
okay, so it's not the purchase at all? Okay, cool.
You only focus.
I
on
was
the
just confused last night doing the homework. I can do the FIFO and LIFO, I just didn't know how to get the sales revenue.
That's all good. It's mixing everywhere and without like having it pointed out, sometimes it just all gets
Okay.
confusing.
Okay.
But we're back over here. We pulled this. And we made it physical. We then, when this guy comes up and says, hey. I want 11 units. We have to figure out, okay, what units are we gonna give them? Since this is LIFO, we need to pull the ones that we bought the soonest. So we bought these 8 units for $9 yesterday. Those are what he's gonna get first. He gets no pick. We're the company. So we're gonna mark out 8 units here. So we handed him 8 units for $9. But that's not the 11 units he wants. He needs more units. So we're going to pull back a step before. Get rid of 3 units for 10. So now he has been satisfied with 11 units. He paid $20 for those units. But the cost of goods sold in total was around 93. The reason why is now we know, all right, we sold our highest, like the highest value inventory first. They're all the same product. But it's the same, we deal, as companies, we deal with inflation just the same as people do, and we have to keep account of that. Does this make sense?
A little bit.
Can you explain it to me in your words, what you think it is so far? Maybe we'll be able to figure out.
It seems like you're taking a portion of the 7,
The,
and a portion of the 9, and you figuring out which ones to take from. I don't know the amounts that you take from each, but it's a number that you take from each,
Mhm.
and you multiply it, but I don't really understand how you take or decide which one to take from.
So,
I think I can kind of put it in simpler words.
yeah, go ahead.
So you, whenever you get the question, it's like the purchase, whatever.
Mm.
You already have put in onto your old, wait, I can show you one, and I had it like really set up good. I'm sorry, I'm not to.
No, no,
I'm
no,
just
please
saying,
don't be
because
sorry.
I have really struggled at first too, and my friends showed me this.
Never be sorry. If you have better ways to explain things than me, it helps because honestly,
Yeah, just sometimes, yeah.
sometimes I can't help it. I know my brain is breaking a little today, so I apologize.
At least it's not chapter 7.
Oh yeah, at least it's not chapter 7. I'm always a big proponent. If what I say isn't coming through, find someone else because
Yeah.
so we all have different ways to explain things.
Exactly, yeah, I agree.
So, but we're gonna keep going here now. So what's our ending inventory gonna look like?
The middle of the thing. $36. Oh, I talk about that.
Yes. That's so
Oh.
basically. We know we don't have any more of the $9 units because we got rid of them all.
Yeah.
Mhm. Please, let's move back in.
$45.
I already done it.
Sounds good.
Dang it.
But yeah, because what we have to do is basically subtract out the 8 from the 8, the 3 out of this 10. Because everything here is units times price equal value. That's how every kind of cost of goods sold, not cost of goods sold, every LIFO FIFO chart is set up. So now we got to purchases. We have 13 units times 11 equals 134. We don't have anything sold. And we toss that at the end of our inventory. This is how everything is looking up so far. Last day, we sold things, so we did not purchase anything. We put an NA there. And we know, all right, we sold 14 units. So all of our units have to equal 14. So,
So you do 14 at 11,
so do we have 14 units at $11?
or is that just 13 up there?
This is 13. So
Okay, yeah, so we'll use 13 of those,
Mhm,
and then 0 from your 9, because there is nothing.
perfect.
And then for, you just take 1 from the 7.
Does that make sense? So because those have been taken out of the ending inventory, whenever we look at our ending inventory, we know we have 6 units left at 7. Which is 42. 0 left at 9. 0 left at 11. So our ending inventory, how much ending inventory value do we have left?
We're good. Don't you add them all up?
Nope.
Oh, 42?
42. The best way to explain it is, or not the best, the way that I explain is each of these, imagine every day you're getting a report
Mhm.
saying, all right, here's the ending inventory. Each one is a separate day.
Okay,
You'll,
so that's the report at the end of 110.
yep, this is the one that matters.
Awesome. Which
Now-
that's the end of the period.
Yep, basically, today and now, if I went into the back room, I see a value of $42. So, how do we find our sales?
So, I have no clue.
That's okay,
It's the same thing.
same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing. So it's
500.
42?
No, it's 500, like,
Oh,
it's from a previous problem.
okay.
So you take you can do it 2 different ways. The big thing you have to know is, all right, this is our revenue value. That's why we don't use it at all through this problem, because this is how much they gave us per unit. This is you going to Walmart and buying their shampoo or something at that price point.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not gonna get 14, I hope.
So the only time we use those numbers at the end that like aren't needed in the table is for sales revenue.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
you do it 2 ways. You could rather times each separately. But if each one is sold at the same value, add them together, times it by 20, and you're gonna get the same thing, 500.
Okay.
And no matter if you're FIFO or LIFO, it will always be the same.
Yeah.
So cost of goods sold, how do you find your cost of goods sold?
You add up your 72, or wait, where are they?
Where?
Your sold ones, is it 72 or?
Yeah,
11?
72. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I
No, you're
have
good.
terrible handwriting, but yes. You focus on.
I'm
this one.
blind, though, don't worry. 72 and 134.
Yep. Or 72, 21, 134 and 7, because
Okay.
none of these are added together.
Okay, yeah.
So if I got this,
I had them all added together in my problem, my bad.
yeah, you're all good. 41. So
44.
234. Yeah. The last thing is gross profit.
Gross profit?
Yeah.
To revenue minus cost of goods sold.
Yeah. Revenue minus cost of goods sold.
Well, isn't it like net sales technically if we're doing it like that?
Net sales, yes, in the big multi-step income statement, yes, but if we're just looking at this chart. Sales, cost of goods sold, gross profit,
Okay, great. Just making sure.
so.
Wait, so what's the gross profit? How do you find that?
It's going to be
Your sales times COGS?
sales minus COGS.
Oh, okay. This is chapter 5, right?
Yes, this is chapter 5.
Did you already do chapter 4?
We did, we had 2 study sessions beforehand with chapter, well, I had like a full
Okay.
focus chapter 4. If we don't get to it today, if you have the YouTube, I have 1 video that went through chapter 4 and I'm gonna be posting the other one as well.
Okay, cool. So it's on YouTube already?
Yes, one of them is on YouTube,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put another one. They both basically have the same thing, but I'm gonna post both of them up too in case,
Just in case.
just in case there's something more.
Awesome.
And then, I know Blockers class is taking their exam Thursday,
Mhm.
so we have a full, exam study session for Wednesday.
Online or here?
Here.
Here,
You
okay.
can join online though. I do have
Okay.
Zoom. Just if there's ever any issues, let me know. Email me. don't
Is
use
your
the group
email the one on here? Cause I
Yeah.
usually work whenever it is, but yours is this one?
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm going to, unlike, group studies, I, record all of them and I edit them.
Okay, cool.
Exam studies, I don't edit.
They're just raw.
Because I wanna make sure you guys have it like right at there.
Right then, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So, otherwise, now we're gonna get into my fun spiel. If you notice here, both LIFO and FIFO have two different COGS and gross profits. So this is something that needs to be known between the kind of concepts of chapter 5. If you notice, FIFO, our gross profits are higher than LIFO, where LIFO's gross profits are lower. And this is due to the value of the cost of goods sold. The reason why we do one or the other is for different reasons. In times of rising costs, you want to use, most companies like to use LIFO due to the fact that you have a lower net income. Now, you still get the same money no matter what. We technically still made $500 no matter what, but we valued how much the items were worth differently. In this case, with LIFO, because the value of our items kept getting expensive, the more times we were buying them, our cost of goods sold was much higher than it was back over in FIFO. Because FIFO, we were selling the cheaper items first. We were selling that cheaper inventory, making sure that we have a nicer gross profit. Now, investors typically, if companies are trying to appease investors, they're going to use FIFO. Most people for taxes want to use LIFO, and that's why we get into the LIFO conformity rule too, which states if you use LIFO for taxes, you have to use them for financial statements. You can't just,
You can't switch them up.
you cannot, because otherwise you're not double dipping, but they find. The best word is they don't think it's right.
Okay.
They don't think it's fair that you're making your net income look smaller for your taxes. If you're gonna go to your investors and say, hey, look at us, we made $281. Just but yeah. So that's why they look so different and why some people choose one method over the other. I know you guys didn't do, but you also talked over the concepts of the specific identification and the weighted average. Which for those, we're not gonna do a full problem on, but for weighted average, just know it rounds everything up. We're basically adding the value together and dividing all the units by it, so everything's cost the same. So it makes everything round and nice. As for specific identification, it's basically going to a car lot and saying, hey, none of these work like units. They all have a very specific cost. So we match that specific cost to that specific revenue. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. How are y'all feeling on this? We could rather run through another one of these. We can go through I know this chapter also brought lower cost of market.
I haven't done that,
I just got to that.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, that one's not that bad. We can run through.
It's pretty, yeah, it's like.
Well, I forgot to print my chapter
Yeah,
5
some
notes.
Mhm.
You have your inventory cost.
So,
actual
the
market
basic
cost,
of it-
Or one's lower, zero lows.
For especially just the
Okay.
homework.
That's-
We'll save for the homework.
Okay.
It's
The total is basically times your units times the cost and put their
What's it
total
called?
up here. To pick
I'll
the,
show you the problem.
Put the lower down. That's
Okay,
all
can
it
I
is.
push through it then?
That's all lower cost of market is. So we can run through a problem up here too,
It looks really self-explanatory.
or we can keep going. I think it's like lower cost of market, LIFO and FIFO. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else within chapter 5 that was anything else.
I don't think there's anything else other than that.
What are the, like, the
Cross
FOB
market.
shipping points? How do we, what is,
To
Yeah.
do.
is that chapter 4?
It is chapter 4, but it's very
Okay.
quick and easy to talk about.
Are you gonna do the chart?
Yes, I'm gonna do the chart.
Is it bad?
No, it's like, once you see the chart, it's pretty
Okay,
self-explanatory.
good. Cause I know like there's the shipping point, the seller buys it or something, I don't know. And then, what is it? Shipping point and destination?
Yeah, so we have FOB shipping point and we have FOB destination. So basically, here's your delivery route. This is from Amazon to your house. We got the factory there. We got the home here. Here's FOB. So
Okay,
we have this little chart here. There's two ways to work on this. One is first think yourself as a customer and look at the terms. If you don't have the chart in your mind, just think about the terms. If I'm a customer and I'm thinking of FOB destination, I'm thinking, all right, I'm not gonna worry about it till it gets to here. I'm not gonna worry about it till it gets to the destination. Now, if I'm hearing FOB shipping point, as a customer, I'm thinking I have to be in charge of shipping. I have to pay the Amazon shipping.
so shipping point you pay, shipping destination,
They
doesn't
pay.
worry about it, okay.
So basically you think of the customer first, but then think about yourself. If you're the seller, that doesn't apply. It's the opposite in fact.
Okay, it's the opposite, so this is like thinking like an Amazon order.
Yeah, think of the
Okay.
Amazon order first, and then think about, are you the company or are you the customer? That's one way to look at it. Another is by using this little chart and saying, all right, at what point does the inventory swap hands technically? Like, obviously, we're not handing them the goods yet. We have the truck here. We have our little truck. Now, who's in charge of getting that little truck from one place to the other? Well, if you put a line here, we know, all right, from this point, it swaps hands. This point, the customer is involved and the factory is out of question. Now, if you put a line here, at this point, this whole cycle is dealt by the seller. Well, this point is dealt with the customer.
Okay,
Does that kind of help out?
yes, that makes a lot more sense.
If you have noticed, I'm a big fan of graphs.
Visuals, yeah.
Visuals, yes.
Yeah, it's super.
Oh, okay.
One's lower.
Oh,
than the
that's,
other.
can I take a picture? That's so, yeah.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is just multiply
Can we-
units and cost, or you just mark it,
I was gonna ask
and then
like,
whatever the lowest one of the two
like
is,
with like
that's
the
your
creative like
cost.
things, like
Okay.
what she did, like she did somewhat like this, but then she also made like entries with it.
Thank you.
She did do entries with it?
Yeah.
Like I said,
All right, yeah, we
super
can put
simple.
entries to this.
Yeah, that looks super simple, gosh, it's not a big graph either.
Oh, no, lower, so chapter 5 is my favorite, because once you understand it, it's pretty easy.
Mhm.
You don't have to remember like tens of thousands of journal entries like chapter 4, and you don't have to pull your teeth out like chapter 7. I'm gonna erase all of this.
So I was expecting that to be all painful.
Chapter 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I'm gonna be honest.
No, chapter 5 honestly is one of the easier ones, and that's why we spend so little time on it.
Oh, great.
I spent like 2 days on the tops just because we were behind it.
Yep. And you guys are lucky, you guys don't have to, like I said, there's 2 other methods. My teacher dragged me through the mud, which I appreciate. As a accounting major, it was fantastic. Lovely ride.
Yeah,
But, you guys don't have to know how to compute the weighted average or specific identification.
yeah.
Same.
Just weighted average work, by the way, I'm just curious on how you would actually do it.
Let's work on the journal entries first, and then I'll show you how weighted average would work. So we're gonna start with 1, 2. This is a very big marker, but we'll deal with it. So technically we purchase. So are we the buyer or are we the seller?
The buyer.
All right. So what's the journal entry for buying? And let's say we bought on account. We
Receivable.
Accounts payable.
Okay,
the accounts payable, accounts receivable is someone else bought on account for us.
Okay.
And up their second account with the inventory, right?
Yep. So basically. And how much did we buy it for?
However that equals.
Yep. 70.
Well, not just something, I wasn't really looking at it.
Well, you're right, though. It's whatever it equals. So, day 2. Do we change our journal entry at all?
No.
No.
Day 6, do we change our journal entry?
Yes.
We're gonna say, once again, someone bought on account.
Oh, we bought?
No, they bought on account for
Okay.
us. Yep, 2 journal entries.
Okay, so it's gonna,
Accounts receivable
Account receivable.
and
then-
inventory.
Now, do we keep that in the same journal entry?
no,
Revenue, it'd be revenue. 'cause it's
Yeah,
sales.
I was like, I always forget about that one.
That's why I always say, you have your profit, then you have your
That's how I
inventory.
was thinking about it.
It makes sense if you think about it, it's just profit, inventory, there's 2 different values.
So the cost of goods would be our second one, and there would be inventory.
Yep. So what are the values here? It's very small at the top, but we sold 11 units at $20. And we have our, how much we sold each one right over there. So what value are we using for what equation?
okay, so
11 times 20.
What's the times
so-
20?
So would 11 times 20 be accounts receivable?
Yep,
Mhm.
so that's
Oh, where's
20, 220.
No.
Now, what about our cost of goods sold in our inventory?
Then it'd be
93.
down.
93.
Oh, it's 3 times 9, I heard 11 times 20.
Yeah, it's 11 times 20.
Wait, what, where? Oh,
Yeah, right up here. 11 units at 20 per unit.
Well, I was looking at that, I was looking at the eight times 9.
That's gonna be our cost of goods sold.
Oh, right, because I'm up, it's sort of different, whoops, my bad.
Yep, and it just basically flip flops to the very end. We, like, if you have cash, the only thing that changes is, all right, instead of accounts payable, we have cash.
Yeah, my bad, just didn't see the right, I didn't see the writing bit somehow.
And it just keeps flip flopping to the very end, at least. I don't think there's any more journal entries with that
If it
involved.
says purchase with cash, you put cash?
Yep.
Yeah, she said.
Does it have to say cash?
They'll say either we buy on account or we'll say we buy with cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It will say one or the other.
I love this chapter. Straightforward.
It is very straightforward. So,
I don't think I love that.
I love
what major are you?
Just general business. I'm a just indecisive person, so I couldn't pick one. But I really am good at economics.
Hey, you're good at it, maybe go for it.
That's what I was thinking, but I hate micro. Yeah,
Oh,
micro.
micro? Oh, I have a micro right now.
Yeah,
You have micro, right?
no, I had no. I'm not even gonna try and say I can't. But she was really sweet. She did really good. I made an A in her class, but it was really hard. But macro, it's 10 times easier.
Oh, yeah, I took macro in high school. It was like,
Yeah.
that's my foundations are built on at this point. That's the only reason why I know how to demand supply curve at this point.
Yeah. In macro, it's actually, there's a lot of like accounting in that.
Yeah,
There
I
is.
took macro in school, so I'm good on that. Honestly, good.
So I'm gonna show you what I was talking about. Where weighted
Do you
average.
get what's going on?
Yeah, do you have understand?
they have to scroll on it.
You wanna take a picture of some of my notes if you have a quiz coming up?
You check the phone.
Yeah, is that what you're confused on?
Yeah.
Okay, me too, and this is all the notes I took for chapter 5.
After we work through the weighted average, we'll keep going, we'll keep hammering at things until we get,
Let's see.
Well,
sorry, my brain. Today is my off day and I really do apologize, y'all.
what do you mean all day?
Just, my brain seems to be a little bit laggy.
y'all-
Oh, you're having an off
Yeah,
day, not,
yeah,
your-
y'all
I
done,
heard as, it's your off
diagram
day, not,
with
it's,
the-
you're having an off day.
Yeah, I'm having an
Sure.
off day, so
Your
it's just,
teacher's
my brain
different,
is a little,
sorry.
but we're all good. So, with the
Is that your
weighted
notes?
average,
Is
what you
what
wanna
they
do
gives y'all?
is you wanna focus on
Can't see it. Is this
the
what,
unit?
this is what y'all do in class?
the value.
Right,
So we have 18 units. We know their whole value is
Oh, she
142.
didn't give y'all the little thing, and it made it so easy for
We have
me.
defined in.
Here,
Mhm.
I'll let you take a
So
picture of
we-
this thing.
Divide 18, so we get rid of 18 there.
It makes
Divide
like
18 there.
LIFO and LIFO.
I don't have my big calculator out.
You're good, you're good.
Well, sort of. Let's see. Here it is. And it shows you how to get it. It's like set up nice. Mm. It's a
Alright.
good,
Wait,
she's
that's
a
my
good
head.
teacher, man.
Honestly, I have not found a bad teacher in the accounting department.
I haven't taken accounting 2 next semester.
We're
Or,
having a great time.
yeah,
Honestly, I really like accounting so far.
I do too, I kinda like it, but not enough to be my major, I don't think.
So,
I like it enough to be my major.
so we know basically, instead of having all of this extra, we're now only selling 18 units at $7.89.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and you always do the value and not the unit price, because we want this value times this unit price to equal that 142.
Wait,
That's
and
the
that's
weighted
value.
average, I'm not sure if that, if you'll do.
Yeah, so it's the number of units times your value. Well, value would be end here,
I
right?
write everything down.
And equals your inventory value, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's easy enough. Yeah, wait, that's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, no, it's very easy.
Oh, yeah,
It's
take
in
that,
the name.
that one's a good one, she said.
But now LIFO and FIFO are like more of the
theory
crux of
questions are
everything,
pretty
Mhm.
so
important.
that's why we put a focus on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then when we sell stuff, instead of having separate categories, we just have this one until we buy more. Once we buy more, then we just keep updating.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem bad.
And then with specific, it's literally just specific. You just put specific.
What was that for?
This is for weighted average. You guys don't need to know
Oh,
it, but
okay,
who's
you just
curious.
was curious,
Yeah.
okay.
You will need to know it as accounting major.
Well, the bright side, it's super straightforward, because
Yeah.
it's literally in the name. The only maybe hard part, you just gotta know you have to multiply your units by, the value. Not
The-
value, but,
The value divided by units.
yeah, that. Not the way I was.
I was like, for a second, I was like, wait, why do you multiply your units?
You actually said units,
Isn't
because
she
I was looking at the
all-
bottom thing at the top thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
70, 72 is 41, 42, right?
So. Wait, 70 plus 72 is 142, yeah.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, you're adding that value, and you're dividing it by total units.
That's easy.
Yeah, no, it's super easy, honestly, with like the concepts. These extra methods that you learn is when you're going through accounting, it's going to be fairly easy. But anyway, so do you guys want to work on another LIFO FIFO problem? Do you guys want to work through lower cost of market? Is there anything you guys want to focus on?
I'm going to go look at chapter 4.
I mean, we can talk about chapter 4 if you guys want to talk about chapter 4.
You don't
Huh?
gotta do that.
I don't mind.
Put everybody else.
We-
But now that you showed me that graph, it'll make a lot more sense. That's what I was like, what the heck is FOB?
Yeah, so.
And then you can join the Zoom link on that paper just by clicking that link.
Yes, and if for some reason it doesn't admit you, or if I'm taking too long to realize,
Just
I have my emails. My emails are
Okay.
always up. Don't do the group me. People send group me's, and I have the email up, especially right now, my computer is busted. So I'm using the center computer, and because I'm using the center computer, I can only use my email. I can't use group me, so
Okay.
email's the safest bet.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, have a good one.
You too.
All right,
I'm in for whatever.
so let's work on another problem. Okay. Well, let's get another problem out there.
What is?
So I'm gonna use some bigger numbers now,
How big are we talking?
like the 30s.
Oh, okay, that's not what I expected, I'm gonna be honest.
You thought the thousands?
I thought thousands.
We'll work up on that. I think like doing it by like single digits, then going up into the big, like the double digits, and then,
Do I need to get my baby calculator out for this?
yep. I don't know the numbers yet until we start working down it.
I'm done.
We sold it, so it's sales, I'm assuming. Oh, no, it's not sales, I'm stupid. Yeah, I gotta think about this first thing. Okay, I got it. Wait, no, I don't. Wait, yes, I do. Wait, no, I don't.
Sales?
No, because sales is gonna be my sold stuff, right? Let's go, everybody's how.
Okay, it's not there. So basically it says sold 40 units at $100.
Yeah, no, that's not 8,000, because we did it twice, because we sold it twice, you know?
Well,
Because we sold two things, so you just add it twice.
So,
So 4,000 plus 4,000 equals 8,000?
it'd be
That's what I
basically,
got, I got 8,000, that's all I would say.
yeah, it's 8,000. So the
Yeah.
total for revenue and total is 8,000.
Yep, yeah, so I have 8,000, then I think I got my cogs.
Yeah.
So I was thinking either it's either A. It's just, I gotta go through it, figure out what I sold, and do that math. Or B, I just multiply by what I have at the end.
What'd you get for cogs?
I'm still trying to figure out what cogs is in this one, because I'm thinking, right, if it's cost of goods sold, then I'd have to go through and see like, okay, what I cross out in because that's something in my head, because we sold that inventory,
We
right?
sold two again, or those.
So we're gonna have to go, so I might have to go through this, like, okay, 31 at 25, multiply that out. And then figure out what else I sold off.
I'm gonna say just add whatever you got from.
Yeah,
the
cause I,
seller.
okay, yeah, cause I just gotta do 30, I think I gotta do 31 at 25. Yeah, 31 times 25. Do that, then I gotta do, let's see. 35 at 34,
Are they different inventories too?
that's it, wait, it's on end.
Yeah, you want the ending inventory, and if you want, were you here when I was showing the cheat code to kind of figure out, okay. There's a cheat code to kind of helping figure out if you did things right, but I'll show you guys when we're going through this.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find cogs. That's what I'm gonna try to do real quick. Okay. Okay, 31, 31. So 14 at 39. Okay, let's see this, if I do cost of goods, correct, good sold rate.
14 and 39.
You'll see in a second, if you'll understand it once you see it, what my thought process is at least. I'm assuming I'm probably doing something wrong, but I'm just sending it because it's tutoring, who cares? If I get it wrong, I'll just learn.
Why did you do it that way?
Because I couldn't remember the other way. Because I couldn't remember the other numbers, like, okay, if we're talking about technically cost of goods sold, right? So if it's cost of goods sold, that's technically the cost of the goods that I just sold. So therefore, I go through it and what he's the ones I sold.
It just looks like you did so much work for it.
I know, because I couldn't remember, that's what happens when you don't remember the faster way.
It just fits.
Yeah, I now that I realize it's just like these two numbers, I feel stupid. It's just useful to these two, that's right.
Are you writing pen?
Yeah. I was told, okay, my teacher got on my ass about like writing a pen.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll start writing a pen.
Well, also, I'm not gonna lie, at the study point, you typically don't wanna make mistakes, so your it's like hardwiring your brain to think, okay, if I really mess up, I need to remember why I messed up so I don't mess up again.
That is kind of smart. That's really smart. That's good.
So I did something right because someone told me. So all you have to do is multiply by these two, right? And then that'll give you this.
And inventory. And inventory is
Okay.
585.
How do you find?
I just did this. 585. So I did 15 times 39.
Oh. So how do you get gross profit? What's your gross profit?
Gross profit was 8,000 minus 2.
Okay,
11.
okay, so you found it. Okay, I got to where you found all your numbers real quick. Okay, so let's see, your ending inventory, yeah, I understand I found your ending inventory, that's pretty self-explanatory. Wait, do I have to throw that up there? Ending inventory?
Yeah, you have to find out your ending inventory.
Oh, like just like the actual value of it?
Yeah, you're more than likely gonna be asked about that, but it's really easy to find out, and it's more or
Right.
less just, yeah. It's so you know, okay, what comprehensively, like, where is it?
Okay, I got you. Okay, so let's see. So okay, so how did you find your cogs?
I just did 1,000 and that,
What do you get your 1,000?
or that 1,081 and the 1,430. It's because of the sold. We sold product.
Yeah, I feel like I did the same thing. Wait, did we do this? Wait, did you go through each? Yeah, because you did each product. We did? Because you did which one we sold. Oh, I didn't do like, 1, 2, 3, the 1, 2, 3 things you did. I just did like, okay, I sold this many off, sold this many off, sold this many off.
No, I did that.
This, let's see. Yeah, because that's my bit, 1,081. And then let's see, where's your 14? I just hold on. Okay. So 1,081. Oh yeah, okay, I figure, I got, okay, so that's, okay, so I'm assuming it goes from here to there.
Because
Okay.
we sold, then we purchased, then we sold.
Oh, you mapped it out ahead of time, that's what you did, okay,
Alright,
right?
so you said you wanted to try your hand.
Yeah, you
at
mapped it
LIFO.
out earlier than I did, that's
Alright.
what you did. I was figured it out.
What are the purchase ones?
Let's see how well you can do.
Okay, what did I put?
Get up to number 3 and then we're gonna swap it off for someone else who wants to try it.
After,
If
yeah,
either of you guys wanna try your hand at it.
It was on the
I
list.
will do whatever I'm told to do. Anyway, I figured out what my problem, what the mistake I'm doing for sold. For sold, as I said, okay, we sold this many at this price, whatever says the problem, instead of doing the 1 to like saying, okay, we got rid of this and we got rid of that.
Well,
I'd
give
probably
it
change
your
that.
way. I'll let it your way. It looks like it would help me if I just, know like the things. 31 times 2, right?
Oh, you know what I need to need to do after this? I need to go buy some like, I'm gonna just go buy like some small bag of chips or something from the Todd.
Okay.
Cause I don't know why, but my metabolism's been kicking up lately.
You know what? Just put this stuff right here.
There you go.
That's how I fix my mistakes. I usually just try to insert like a really small number to show that it's there. Instead of actually just crossing it out.
Is that 5 again?
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, I'm just gonna do. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong, what I'm doing wrong for this stuff at least.
You want me to stop at 3 or like? No, do 3 too. That way I can see how well you can do through the purchase and selling cycle and then I'm gonna let someone else go through the purchase and selling cycle.
Oh, I forgot to put the thing right here.
I could use a meta.
I forgot, it's my bad.
No,
I didn't wanna put it down, I didn't wanna put it under it, cause it just confused me.
oh, I would have actually just put under it, just threw little arrows, like, okay, it goes right there.
As long as you know how it goes, but at the same time, I'm recording this for people at home, so
They can figure it out, they didn't show up.
no. I wanna make sure that anyone that watches back can actually see, okay, here's the whole process.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is what's happening. This is why we're doing this.
Yeah, so on the bright side, I figured, yeah, I just figured I was doing it the long way instead of the easy way, because the way that Miss Yeager did it, right? It just like, okay, you can do the math right then and there. But instead I went through and just had to do multiply it all across at the end, so it looks like more work than it actually is. Yeah, so I'm working with, okay, so,
Rolling notes and stuff, it's starting to make sense, or they're still kind of.
okay, so we got 40 units.
Getting it?
Cross that out.
Sorry, today feels like when I was explaining, it's like coming out like Swiss cheese, so I'm sorry if it has.
Okay,
Are we allowed to have it like that, like multiplying, like on an exam?
Yeah, like how it's set up, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's as long as you're getting, whatever method works, as long as you're doing the right method and you're getting the right answer. How you format it doesn't matter. What matters is where you're getting the answers. Because where you're getting the answers is going to be everything I'm asking you guys, basically, which is those sales, that cost of goods sold, that gross profit. Asking about, okay, what's the ending inventory? Because that one specifically, it seems easy, but people tend to overthink it. And some people, I think like I said, my brain feels scrambled today, so I apologize, but I think,
Okay.
like you asked earlier today, like, do we add everything in the ending column to get ending? It's like, that's when you're overthinking it, when really it's just that last little box. And it's like the answers all already set out nice for you.
Okay.
So yeah, no, this is. It's how it is.
You struggling?
no, I'm just making that unnecessary grunting. Okay, wait, oh yeah, now I gotta do, oh yeah, step cross that real quick, and 15 at 39. I think that's it.
Well, you have to put the equal, you have to put the value.
Oh, okay, I didn't map it for you.
5.
What?
She's counting down. You have 4 now,
What do you mean at 4?
3,
What?
2.
Nah, never mind, no, you didn't,
You
you can do it, no, no.
I'm confused. You
Can I use it, can you use the baby calculator?
can, Alan, you can touch the baby
It's
calculator.
585, it's 585,
Okay, oh, yeah,
585.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
I forgot we did that.
Alright. Yeah. So this is the full schedule. Let me check through since I was pulled out, so I don't know half of what y'all done.
I prefer doing the at symbol with multiplication.
Hey, whatever works.
Okay, just for like this specific thing, just because you have 35 at this price.
Think it all makes sense. Alright, so. What's our sales?
Our sales is
8,000.
8,000.
8,000. How did we get 8,000?
40, or at the thing, it says sold at,
40 at 100,
yeah,
and it says the same thing twice, so you just have to find what 40 times 100 is,
and add that,
then just multiply that by 2.
two.
Yeah, because 4,000 times 2 is 800, because you have the
Yeah.
same problem twice, so you just multiply by 2.
I just, like, when I first got 40 times 100, 4,000 plus 4,000.
You have the same problem.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, in my head, it's just, if you have the same problem type, if you have the same problem, just multiply by how many times you see the problem.
It could be done either way, like if it's there, this is one. This is one way to do it, where you add these units up, get 80 times 100 since it's all the same. Or just doing it like this, where you add them up to make that 8,000. So yeah, the ending value is 8,000. So. Where's our cogs?
2511,
511?
that's what I got.
Oh,
Huh?
you forgot about the thing.
I forgot about the thing, my bad.
Okay. Got my calculator. We said 2,511.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, my problem with that one was, whenever I did that, the first, because the way I did it, right, is I didn't do 1, 2, I just put 40 at 100 in my sold, which is technically wrong, I guess, for this.
Yeah.
But either way, I managed to get the right answer, because what I did was I just pulled my, whatever I ended up selling in for my inventory that was crossed out. I just multiplied that out.
Multiplying your sales?
No, my end inventory, however, it's currently in my inventory, that full out of my inventory, I just multiplied that. And
By
then added that.
2?
No, so essentially, you see where we're crossed out, right? I multiplied that, or whatever, I saw for 31.25, that's 775, so I did the 70.75 at the end. And then for the 20s, then for the 35 and 34, I multiplied that out. And then I multiplied my 14 times 39 out, and then I added all that.
So much math, like.
It sounds like a lot more math than it really is. The problem is just like finding it out in the
Mhm.
first place. It's just a lot simpler when you actually do the 1-2 step process.
Yeah, it's a lot of categorization.
Cause I had to go through each category, like, okay, what's my current count for each thing?
So what's gonna be our gross profit?
You want to say, or wait,
5,489.
that would be the
Sounds
one.
about right.
We got 9 and we got 1, so it adds up.
Yeah. And so what's our ending inventory?
585.
Yep.
So our ending inventory is 585. So this is what I was talking about. So we know our ending inventory is 585. How much total have we purchased?
A number.
A number.
Uh, 20,
Purchase
60,
775.
70, 80, 85.
Are we adding like previous purchases too?
Just all the purchases.
Like just the number of things we purchased, or the price of
The
things we
value.
purchased.
Have a good one.
Okay.
775 plus. That's pretty good.
I'll add it up.
Okay.
Was that 1,190?
And then 1,131.
1,131, 3,096.
5,096. So. What you do is you subtract 585 from 3,096.
So 3,096 minus 585 is gonna be 2,511.
What looks familiar?
The 2,511.
Where
And
did-
cogs.
This is how you double check your work. You won't ever be asked this, But if you ever wanna wait,
That was so cheesy, I love it.
my brain works in puzzles.
Oh, I'm writing that down right now, hold on.
And it's a very simple way too, and make sure that you did all the math right, because the purchases are easy. And they're all straightforward, but the cogs sometimes are difficult.
That is like the cheesiest way I've ever seen a proofing in my life.
It's the same number again. Weird.
For your sold or for your purchases?
For my ended inventory, this is what's called, because by the fourth step, it was 26 at 34, and I got 26 at 25.
If the ending inventory at the very, very end is the same, then there's something wrong.
Oh, yeah, 100%, because you're supposed to have like, what's a lower one?
You're supposed to have a higher one.
Oh,
You have to remember that,
oh, yeah.
in terms of, in times of rising costs,
LIFO, yeah, LIFO gives you less, because you get less taxes.
mhm,
Okay, I got you. Okay, so what we're doing now, oh, yeah. So let's see. Okay, what's the- Eleven. Yep, there. Yep, mine adds up.
so one of y'all wanna go through half and go through the other half? Or
Okay,
Sure.
I'll finish it off.
do you guys wanna swap, see if you can finish it off?
Finish it off.
Okay.
You got till number 3,
Yeah, I got it. It's probably,
I believe in you.
that makes one of us. I know, I
Don't,
can't.
don't ever talk down to yourself.
Someone has to.
Huh?
Alright, let's see. 31 at 20.
He's trying to bring his own ego down so he can stay humble.
31 at 25. Am I weird for like putting in like an extra sold if I don't, or purchase when I don't use it?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
If it
good.
helps you, then it helps. And I mean, there might be someone else out there who also finds it helpful.
Yeah, because it just helps me to remember that, yeah, I don't have to worry about it. So it's 35, 34. Okay, yeah, let's see.
It is glass. You could also write on it. With markers.
I know, I was shocked.
Barely.
Well, that's because it's a bad marker. Try this marker.
Oh.
They're both kind of bad markers, actually. But that one should work a little better.
And now time for the fun part.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're gonna get 40 units.
but do
so-
people use this?
Yeah, I come in here and there's like notes on there sometimes.
Okay. so-
I see drawings sometimes, and sometimes like, like, it's because I didn't think people would draw on that since they have that.
Well, no, not many people bring this. I
Yeah.
bring this because I use it for group studies specifically.
Oh.
Like my method, I forged my method.
Could other students use those? or no?
Yes.
They could?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
If
it
y'all, you know, if there's a free one around, obviously the tutors take priority,
I'll have to do that.
was-
but yeah, you have to put all the equal signs and values. You can't leave it like that.
Yeah, I forget.
What are you talking about?
As in, yeah, as in I don't map it, I just say, okay, this is what goes where, but I don't tell you what the final thing is, so you have to map it in
You
order to
need
figure
the
it out.
value.
Is that gonna be on the test, or have to put the value on it?
No, but for your own sake, you should do the value either way.
I forgot, okay, I got it. What do you mean, he, see, she's being mean again.
Yes. But I'm the first person who actually made like a YouTube too. I don't think any other tutor has tried that. Or study guides I made, I know for a fact, the only person who matches what I try to do is Eris, who's chemistry, and she does like the
Ooh.
chemistry power hour. And she's fantastic, she's great, I adore Eris.
I hate chemistry, I'm gonna be honest.
I slept through it and got an A.
Dude, I did not even try.
I felt bad too, because I sat at the front trying to stay awake, but I was like at a full-time job and, well, technically even now I'm in a full-time job, but
Isn't it like balancing some like metals?
Oh,
No, like
balancing the
metals,
chemical.
non-metals?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I hate balancing. I could not, my teacher explained it so bad, no, no, you.
I never had a problem with balancing.
Oh, do you want me to get my class a good soul price to them?
Yes.
Oh, it's about the baby calculator.
Yep.
Baby calculators.
Baby calculate.
Oh, dude, I was so mad when I was buying this thing, because like I had to go out of my way to go buy this thing.
And what did you pay for that one?
I was like, I was like $10 or so.
Wait, really? That one?
Yeah, I forgot where I went, it was
Okay.
expensive.
Well, I can't say anything because the one that I got, it's really small, but it was $10.
Yeah, the whole thing I was referring to as Babby calculator, not even
That's
baby.
actually a pretty good size though.
Yeah.
Like for a calculator.
Yeah, it's very nice. You know what's really funny? I used to have a watch calculator and I have no idea where it is right now.
I have so many scientific and TI calculators and it makes you sad because I can't use them.
Yo, do you have a TI-84?
You-
I have to.
Can I keep one?
No.
Dang it.
You will be able to use them later on. It's just the first two classes you can't.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't.
I need to buy a TI-84, but I got another calculator that's similar, but not that.
I'm missing my TI-84, which makes me sad. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's probably somewhere.
No, wait, that is not right.
No. The math, the cogs?
Never mind, that's right, I guess.
Yep.
Good job.
All right.
I'm sorry, it just didn't look right for some reason. I was like, why does it look?
That's all you know.
That's right, I can start things. Granted, I always forget to put the equal bit.
We'll get there.
Yeah, this is the calc I currently use. This is my baby boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have the baby calculator, but then you have the baby boy calculator.
Yeah, this is baby boy, which means I like it more because I have the extra syllable. This is Babby, more Babby than baby.
It's more baby than baby. Got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I forgot what the name of this calc was. Apparently it's good for like accounting, I heard.
Financial calculator?
No idea what this is, and yeah.
Let me see. If it's a financial calculator, it's going to be incredibly useful.
No,
I have one
I
of
forgot what
those.
that was.
This is just a scientific calculator.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, it's a graphing calculator.
Oh, so great, this is the job, then I need
It
to
does
do
a good job, but you guys will need, in your financial class to get a financial calculator. I did not at first because I thought I could do all the hard math. Then I got the calculator and the hard math turned from 10 minutes to 1 minute. So everything looks great so far.
Oh, no, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
No, honestly, everything's looking fantastic. Now we have the one big thing, way to check. What's our ending inventory?
375.
375.
Oh, our cogs, by the way, is 2721. I forgot how I found that first.
You just add the 1,315 with the 1,406
What do you want 1,315 again?
from your previous thing that you sold.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Understood?
Yeah, because I was like, I said, on this, I didn't write the right way to do it. I did my way, which is the wrong way on accident.
It's okay. Just make sure you get the right answer on the test.
Big smart.
I believe in y'all.
Nice one of those.
And yeah, if all help was, I like to hope that you guys got through exam 1 pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
we had
aced it. I made
yeah.
100 and
Yeah, you got me 106.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't check. I didn't check if I got like I should have like either 96 or 98 on it. I just made a really stupid mistake. I doubted myself. Cause dude, like getting your own head about something.
It was
added-
expense,
it
right?
was- yeah, I put inventory expense thinking, yeah, it's a contra. It's a contra as it tells me. And I had to write the first time and I ended up erasing all my work that was right. I hate when I do that.
I started. I want to come here more often now since I aced it. I want to ace it again.
Right, I'm glad. That makes me happy that you guys like find this valuable.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I think
like-
the only class that I find troubling is BOD, like Intro to Computers, and the only reason why is because he doesn't give us anything to prepare for the exam. So I'm like, okay,
And then you have this one where we've have like, we've made, your guys is like Miss Yeager's class is kind of the first pioneer for a lot of the stuff right now. So
Mhm.
like the study guides I made was because of her class. The blue kits we make together.
Mhm.
This is a first semester, so you guys were the first semester to deal with blue kits and the fact that we can assign them out for homework.
You get my plugins for homework?
Yeah, I sent it out before the last exam.
You did?
I did. Did you check your email?
I
here's
did,
the-
I got it, I used it actually.
Here's the thing about my email, this is what I do. Scroll up, there are all notifications.
I
Well,
used it.
This is why I use the text. It might be annoying, but this is why I use the text messaging app because I learned that fast last semester that more people would be notified if I text message them through the system than using just an email to remind them.
Yeah, cause there's only one, my brain has, I have it to where it filters out everything else except for like things related to my scholarship, just in case I'm in trouble.
Are we gonna are you gonna make another practice exam?
Yes, I'm gonna make another study guide. I'm going to email Miss Yeager tomorrow. Just because I need to make sure that
It's accurate.
well, it's not just accurate, but it doesn't overcomplicate things. When I first made them last semester, I went through all of her notes, but then we cut back. And so I had questions about like the gross profit percentage and stuff like that, which you guys don't even touch. So we just need to make sure, all right, what's happening? Is everything on here? What's going to be what they need to study? And is everything on here accurate too? Because there was another question last semester that I did completely wrong. And I needed her to look over it, so I just need, this is why you buddy system up when you make material.
Right now,
So what is the gross profit?
2,721.
That's not the gross profit.
Oh, gross profit, I heard COGS.
No, I got it, I'll say it.
Gross profit,
5,279.
what she said.
I don't think it's 79.
I'm gonna trust what she said, that's what I heard, that's what I said.
89.
Yeah, it's 89.
89?
Yeah, it's 8,000.
I messed up. Well, then, where did I get that number? Let me go to this. 1315 plus 1406.
So, and we're gonna go through this. Does it make sense? Now that we know the missing number between these is cost of goods sold,
Wait, did I mess up my math?
does this make sense?
Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm just.
Wait, I did mess up somewhere.
I got 21, hold on.
I messed up somewhere. I don't know.
3,000,
We're gonna find out one way or another. Let me check the cost of goods sold here.
375,
How'd you get?
3,096 minus 375. Yeah,
Yeah,
it says 21. It's not 11, it's 21. I got 21, somehow.
you got 21 instead?
Yeah, instead of 11, I got 21.
Yeah, because this is wrong too. So this is again why you check, because if you run that purchase minus cost of goods sold, your ending inventory is 385.
Wait, where did it, where?
Okay, so, yeah. Let's go, I did it.
Now, our numbers down here all correct though. Let me add things together.
Oh, dang nabbit. I'm gonna get my work checked.
COGS is 272. Yeah, that's what I got.
2721.
Let's go.
Wait, how is the gross profit? I'm so confused.
Oh, gross profit?
Oh, wait, no.
Your sales minus their COGS equals gross profit.
Yeah, now it's 5279.
So where was it messed up in the? first
We had
2,711.
2,711. We had 2,711, not 2,721.
Where?
COGS was 2,711.
Instead of 2,721, which is the right bit.
COGS 2000.
Yeah, so COGS should be
Yeah,
2,700.
it's already there. I just so confused where it was messed up.
Oh, we had 2,711 up there. That's why.
Or
Cost of goods sold.